Well, good morning. It's Tuesday, October the 22nd. It's day 16, and we are getting ready to leave the town of Carrion de Condes. It's about 7 in the morning. The forecast is for rain for today, and pretty much rain for the next 4 days as we head towards Lyon. We're getting into Capital Hiker's final days with us. His foot's feeling much better today. He's out here getting ready to do it to it. So, it's another day. It's another day on the Camino. It's a great day to be alive and walking. So we're doing it. So,
walk on.
Let's walk on.
Go Navy, beat Army.
Well, it's about 9 o'clock. We've been out walking for quite some time. The rain has been almost relentless. It picked up and got pretty heavy. We had to put our rain pants on. The temperature's dropped. It's probably about 46, 48 degrees out here right now. But the wind chill, it's just phenomenal. The winds are probably blowing at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, driving the rain into us. We had to put our gloves on to keep our hands warm. But it's just a kind of a desolate day out here walking. We got a 17-kilometer stretch for about 13 miles, 14 miles to the next town. And so we start out in the dark, walking. We got a ways to go, but this is cold. This is the type of weather that tests the resolve of a lot of peregrinos. Will they get out and walk in this cold, wet conditions or not? Or will they take the bus or just stay behind? We'll see what happens. Well, it's just about 10 o'clock. We've taken a little break here in this shelter. It's been blowing, raining continuously. It's very cold. We got the Tech Sergeant Karina Loof over here. She's coming in for a break. Yeah. And so we're taking a little pause to get out of the rain and the wind. We're just eating a little bit of some nuts and some fruit bars and stuff like that to get our energy levels up, and then we're going to be pressing on. I'm really proud of this fine naval officer here. He is showing true grit out here, even though he's got a third eye in his forehead. Capital Hiker's doing a great job. This is Corporal Oscar Nielsen, Tough One Cookie. This is Master Sergeant Bullinger. He's bringing the team in. And you saw Technical Sergeant, and I'm Buck Sergeant. I'm Buck Private Bullinger, taking up the rear. They're working hard over here as well, getting ready to push on. So, all right, we'll give you some more updates on the weather. Okay, we're out here. We've had a little break in the weather. We've got the rains have kind of slacked off. The wind has dropped a little bit, but it's still just cold, damp, and it's just a perfect day for washing out a bunch of folks from Special Forces training. But we got a hard crew right here. Karina's back there. She's doing good, and I tell you, this is the weather that separates the touristas from the peregrinos. And I tell you what, we're some hard-charging peregrinos.
Absolutely.
So, all right, we'll check in a little bit later if the battery holds out. Well, we made it to a small town after the 15-mile, or actually 17 kilometers or so of slugging through the rain. It's still raining outside, as you can see right here. It's just winds blowing, it's still coming down rain. But we've gone ahead and taken a break. We got here about 11 o'clock. It's 11:30 now. We decided to go ahead and do an early lunch, get some hot liquids into it, some hot food, try and dry our clothes out, and then we'll be pushing on for Brother John and Capital Hiker and myself. We've got at least another, we're halfway through our day, but we still have at least another maybe 9 miles to push on to our destination. And Karina and Oscar are probably going to probably stay in the next town when we reach an albergue. So, all right, we'll catch back up with you shortly.
We'll see you in the rain.
Rain in Spain. All right, it's a little after 12:15. We've been here for about an hour 15 minutes. We've had a great break at this combination of a hostel, albergue, and a restaurant and bar. We had a couple cafe con leches to warm up. We've had lunch, and we're ready to hit the trail. We still got about probably about 8.5 miles to go now to get to our destination for tonight. So, what do you say, boys? Shall we march or die?
March or die.
It has really gotten cold out here. It's amazing how cold it is. A lot of the peregrinos have all come in from behind us where we were at last night. They're all inside trying to get warm up, get dry. Karina and Oscar are going to stay for a while. And so they may end up spending the night here, or they may push on to another town. But they're quite wet, quite cold. They're doing pretty good, pretty tough. You got a breed of hardy Americans here. This is the pioneer spirit. And we're doing great. Say, boys. March or die?
March or die. Okay, there's nothing else to do.
We're going.
We're not going to die. What do you think?
Wow, gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Try not to laugh.
Well, we're out here and we've come across a fellow American, actually from Florida, who had a little accident on the Camino this morning, but she's looking so much better. This is Elena, and we met her yesterday at our albergue. And she was out here walking, and she had a little bit of a bite from a dog. And so John is out here doing a little bit of doctor. We've given her some antibiotics to help her ward off any infection. And we're doing quite well. And here's our famous Austrian juggler. Look at, see, he's going to perform for us again. All right. Oh, sehr gut. Wunderbar. And we got some other peregrinos out here. We're almost to our destination. The rain has slacked off a little bit, but it's gotten very, very chilly. We're going to continue on here in just a moment, and we'll be back with you. Good job, John. Well, our hosts, Rebecca and Patrick, have offered to let us come take a look at what is an underground bodega. These look like hobbit holes out here that you might be familiar with. There's one over here. And we walked up the street with Patrick and all of the dogs. They have some lovely dogs here. And they invited us to take a look at their bodega that's inside here. So we're going to go ahead and walk in here and take a quick peek.
No, it's your head. I don't think, I think it's all 40 years old.
This is kind of interesting in here. This is Rebecca over here. She's showing us her bodega where they store their wine.
Yeah, our wine is stored here in these old bricks.
It's very interesting in here. It's quite dark, but it's very cool in here, and it maintains an average temperature year-round. And so they let us come in here and take a quick peek.
And this is where they used to stomp the grapes. Bring the grapes in from the vineyard and crush them here with the press there in the center.
As we shine around, you can see there's the press right there to help squeeze out the last bit of juice out of all the grapes after the harvest.
Yeah, and the juice would go down into a well here, which is all blocked up. And it would sit for a couple weeks to become must, which is the first step of what wine becomes.
Oh, look at all the old bottles up there too.
There's all kinds of old stuff here.
It's very interesting.
And then you would bottle it over here. It's a little spigot.
Ah. Yeah, right there. There's a spigot down there.
Yeah, and this would be full of the new wine that you pour into bottles and then rack it up and put it in these other niches for storage.
Is there a corking machine? How do you actually cork?
Well, we had a corking machine, but it wasn't here.
Okay.
I don't know how the old folks did it. And this is all just storage now. We buy Spanish wine and lay it down and store it here. And so we.
Wow, quite interesting.
And I don't know if you saw when you came in the barrels in the next little niche over here.
Right, back over here are some barrels.
Right over there.
Wow, look at those old barrels.
Most of the people here just use these for party rooms and for storage. But, there's two families in the village that still make their own wine.
Stored in the barrels.
They have vineyards and big families enough to make it.
Now, when I
So that's a
toured
quick
in
peek there. It's very
we
interesting.
have
We'll be
wine
back.
country. Is this still the wine?
All that time and work being consistent.